we are back at Hearts and it's race night. Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, and today has been a very special day for me. If you've been a follower of the channel, you will know that recently I got hold of a brand new ST2 by Schumacher, the stadium truck, and today was the maiden voyage. I've come to Hearts. They only really run two-wheel drive buggies here at their club meets, which is on a Tuesday evening, but they said that I can run my stadium truck and I've had an absolute blast. So let's take a look at this car going around the track and talk you through some of the issues that I may or may not have had throughout the evening. I think I've fallen in love with my stadium truck, boss.
You just need some other stadium truckers to
race it with.
Have a play with, don't you?
Yeah, but do you know what? I've got the Charged RC event to look forward to in September, so I will be racing the stadium truck there. But I think we're going to become regulars down here by the looks of things.
Yeah, well, we're going to join.
We've been bitten by the bug. Now, I don't know what you've mentioned on the camera already, but I managed pole in the D final.
I got some of that on camera.
But you've made the A final, your first ever club night down here, with your B7 though. Now, you've been on the phone to a bloke called Nathan, and apparently you must be his favourite because he's given you some tips for that car, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and I put new tyres on it and it was amazing. So, let's see how he gets on. He's away. Nice little wheelie. Oh, he's got to do something with his slipper. Anyway, this is the first outing with this car. I guess, again, we're probably late to the party and this class has maybe been a big... Oh, he's got hooked up. Maybe it was a big thing back in the day. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let us know. But, okay, he's got back round. Nice. Oh, okay, that's a bit of... I think this probably suits his style of driving better, being it's a bit more forgiving. Alright, here we go, and nice, looking good. So that's the first lap out of the way. We normally get about... We've got 6-minute races today and people are banging in. I got a 12 lapper, nearly a 13. Nice. He's handling well. I thought it would actually grip roll this thing, but it's not. I guess he's not sort of not giving it the beans. I'm not too sure. But this is the Storm. Is it called an ST2, I believe? It's going well. Like I say, there are nice people down here. He just asked if he could whack it in with some of the two-wheel drive buggies, and they said, yeah, of course, no problem. He's not really holding anybody up, so why not? He's doing okay. Right, looking good. Not much to report on this race, I'm afraid, folks. But listen, if you want to have a good night's racing, get yourself down to Hearts Nitro Car Club. It is because I've got a nitro track around the back there, but of course this is the electric track. Tuesday nights, the club nights, very, very reasonable prices. You get loads of practice. They're open during the week, so you can practice and stuff. So yeah, all good.
What an awesome night that was over at Hearts. The whole experience from start to finish was fantastic. We got there, we must have got there about an hour before kickoff, which gave me the opportunity to run my Schumacher LD3. I also took around the track my hot shot. In fact, my super hot shot, not my hot shot. So I took the super hot shot round, had a little blast, and then the last car that I took out was the ST2. I had a chat with the guys there, and they were happy for me to run this in the bottom heat, and that is where I stayed for the evening. So, what problems did I have first time out with this car? So, my first run of the car, and you are guaranteed to have teething issues whenever you get a new car on the track. And I had exactly that. So, if we just pop this off here, and I'll show you the front of the car. Now, the steering on this car, and the gaps between everything down there is precision. There is sort of like a millimetre of space for the end of the turnbuckles, the way it just glides past everything. It's perfection. All right, but unfortunately, up at the front here, there's a couple of screws that required a little bit more Loctite than I had put in place, so they'd come loose, which meant when I was turning right, the servo was actually catching and it was getting caught on the chassis and it wouldn't turn back. So after the first round, I unscrewed this, tightened up the screws, good as gold for the rest of the day. So that kind of compromised my first run. Second run, I was having a really good battle with Scott on the track. I know it was just qualifying, but it was quite fun. We were swapping places on the track and having a real blast of a time. I was super close to making the C final. Unfortunately, I didn't quite do enough, and I started on pole in the A final. Now, you've just seen the footage of this car going round, and it was great fun to drive. As Mark said, I might need to sort the slipper out, because as soon as I came off the start line, the car wanted to do a little bit of a wheelie. The main part of the track, actually, where I had an issue, was the tight chicane in the middle of the track. As you can see by the sort of front, how wide this car is, whereas the buggies are probably about that wide, and there is almost like a snaky line that runs through, whereas with this you have to make a lot more deliberate right to left, and it was that part of the track that caught me out a few times. I was catching my wheel on the way through. Other than that, it drove on the track really nicely. I have since bought a brass weight for the front, which I haven't actually put in yet, in the hope that it might give me a little bit more front end grip. However, I haven't got an issue with the grip. I wasn't getting grip roll. The car was gliding around the track as I wanted it to. The tyres at the back were giving me just enough drive out the turns. I found it really easy to drive, and really enjoyable to drive. One of my favourite race experiences to date, actually. It was a real blast. The biggest problem with these cars is there's not enough people doing it. It's simple as that. I had an absolute blast running up against some two-wheel drive buggies, but it would be fantastic to be racing these against other stadium trucks. I thought it was brilliant. I'm definitely going to do it again, providing no one complains down at the club. I'm going to carry on running it on a Tuesday just for a little bit of fun. I'm not in any of their championships, so I shouldn't be stealing points off of anyone. So it's all about having fun and enjoying my racing. And you know what? This thing put a smile on my face from start to finish. And I can't wait for the next outing with my stadium truck. Changes to make to this? Nothing as yet. I'm going to keep running it as it is. The idea is to get this indoors and run it at the Charged RC event. So anyone who's got carpet setup advice for me to help me get this suitable for carpet compared to the Astro track that we're running, that would be really handy. I know one thing I'm going to need to do possibly is lower it down, because the ride height on this is pretty high. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to go about that in reducing the length of the shocks, but that is a project for later on in the year. If you are enjoying the stadium trucks and you want to see how I get on with my journey into this branch of RC car racing, do like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and hopefully we'll see you trackside again soon.